What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM. Lovely morning to you all this Monday morning, the 15th day of May, 2023. It's about 9:30 in the morning here. It is foggy, and we've got a warning for thunderstorms here at Site B on the sunny coast of California that I live on. I'm drinking coffee because it's cold. And I do not like being cold. It's Monday, my boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, which means it's time to take a look at the tabletop role-playing game news. Specifically from the mid-card vortex of tabletop role-playing game that is Wizards of the Coast, because we can't have anything nice. So what new news comes to us from the mouth of Sauron, that is Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons & Dragons related to Dungeons & Dragons 2023 and Dungeons & Dragons 2024? What has Wizards of the Coast done this week so far? What are we going to hang our compass on, chart our sails with, set up our GeoGuessr as we follow the stream of consciousness that is Wizards of the Coast? And right off, we have the very first announcement that Wizards of the Coast has announced, well, Hasbro has announced, not Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro has announced that they're doing a streaming service that's called Dungeons & Dragons Adventures. This will be done by their media company, Entertainment One. You remember Entertainment One, the company that they're still trying to sell that nobody wants to buy. So either there's two possible things here. One, they've completely given up on selling it, and they're just like, you know what, we've already got it. Let's do something with it. We've got this deal with Paramount. We fucked up. We've got this deal with Netflix. We fucked up. Let's make our own streaming service because that's something people want. And we've already got an entertainment company. So, yeah, we might as well use it because we said we were going to. Now, just for your consideration and my ability to predict these things, I did say that somebody was going to do a full-on streaming service by the end of 2023 a year ago. And once again, I'm right, which means that a whole bunch of other people are now going to say that they said it first. So, no, I need to start writing these things down when I say them. Yes, I said it first. I said somebody was going to do it about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was still when I lived at Site A, so at least a year and a half ago, maybe longer, that I said, you know, somebody's going to do a D&D role-playing centric streaming service if they haven't yet. And sure enough, they did. And it's Hasbro. And you would think, oh, yeah, well, I mean, there's tons of D&D content. They could totally, you know, run a show on, 24-hour. Yeah. So this is going to be a free ad-supported streaming television. That means it says ads. It's not free. It's going to be coming to us from Entertainment One. It's going to feature the Dungeons & Dragons animated series and anything else that we have the rights to, which I guess means Saw. Are we going to see Saw on this channel? Because I don't know if you know this, but the original Saw films were produced by Entertainment One. Something Hasbro doesn't like to mention too much, but yes. Of course, so the 1980s Dungeons & Dragons animated series will be on there. Something called a podcast called Encounter Party, a comedy called Faster Purple Worm Kill Kill, which is improv comedy D&D being done by the people from Beatles and Grimm, so Matthew Gillard and others. We'll have the Heroes Feast D&D cooking show, and then of course there will be some, I don't know, D&D news. So is there enough content there to get a 24-hour streaming service? The cartoon alone, 2 seasons plus 1 final, 30 episodes, I think. So that's like 2 days. So if you constantly show those in rotation and nothing else, yeah, you can maybe keep people interested for half a year. I don't know how other entering these things with. I mean, you're already saying you're going to be doing a scripted podcast called Encounter Party and a comedy live play. So, I mean, I don't know how well people are going to take 2 things that are obviously scripted, and you're telling people they're scripted, as opposed to the illusion of randomness that the other live plays do. because I'm a fan of the controversy that they're scripted, even though people have told me dozens of times they're not, but I still think they are. But that's just me. Don't to me. What do I know? I'm an idiot. Now, the other reason they could be doing this is to have something attached to it to make it worth buying. Because right now, Entertainment One's really got nothing going for it. A couple of movies that were made a long time ago, a couple of TV shows that were made a long time ago, a video game or two. But in 2023, people are like, what do you have in your catalog that makes me want to spend the, 1 point whatever million to buy it? The Saw franchise? Well, Universal owns that now. So, yeah, I mean, I don't get that. The D&D cartoon? Oh, yeah. People, that's on YouTube and Twitch. People can watch that for free. So, I guess they're trying to attach. Maybe that would be the other reason to do this. So, either A, they've just completely given up and they're reinvesting in Entertainment One as part of their, 5-year plan to take Dungeons & Dragons fully digital. Or they're hoping to attach something to it, making it worthwhile for some company out there to go, fine, I'll buy it because I want the rights to, bam. Maybe Tony Khan of AEW will buy it. He apparently will buy anything. So, yeah. So anyways, yes, there will be a streaming service for just Dungeons & Dragons content, just official Hasbro Dungeons & Dragons content. So specifically the cartoon, even though it's been in free rotation for a couple years now. And a cooking show, based upon the D&D cookbook, and 2 scripted live plays. And if you're thinking, well, there's not enough content in the D&D cookbook to make that worth my time. I mean, how many recipes are there? Well, don't worry, they're doing another one. They just announced that, hey, yeah, we're going to be doing a new D&D cookbook. If you didn't pick up the previous D&D cookbook, it was about $50. It had about 60, 80 recipes in it. Most of them are pretty common recipes. In fact, if you look at all these sort of themed cookbooks, the Dungeons & Dragons cookbook, the Witcher cookbook, the Game of Thrones cookbooks, the Hobbit cookbook, they all kind of contain the same recipes. A lot of meat, a lot of, desserts, a couple alcoholic beverages, some vegan stuff. Basically, they all sort of feature the same. This is what we think people ate in a fantasy medieval setting, because if you look at what people really ate in fantasy medieval settings, it is just god awful. I mean, the stuff that people ate in the Middle Ages is like, how did you live? That's dysentery on a plate. So yeah, they're releasing a new cookbook. It's going to have at least 75 new recipes in it. It's going to come to us from the same people that brought us the last cookbook. So yeah, if you are worried that they weren't going to have enough recipes to keep a 24-hour long-term running cooking show, well, we've got a whole bunch of new ones, 75 new recipes. It's going to be $35 for this one. It's going to be out in November, just in time for Christmas. Don't you know? Yeah. And speaking of other Wizards of the Coast, we've also got some more Wizards of the Coast figures coming out. These are specifically to the Drizzt figure. Did you know it was Drizzt's 35th anniversary? I didn't. So this is a whole new series of stuff coming to us from WizKids for $50, featuring a whole bunch of individuals that were somehow associated with Drizzt, including Drizzt himself, his magical cat, Guinevere, who we all know is the most popular character in the series. It's got Cattlebray, all the other stuff in it. So, yeah. And apparently he's using new see-through bases. I don't know how I feel about the new see-through bases. I guess I kind of like them. So, yeah, D&D news is the biggest thing is, of course, the announcement of a D&D television show. All right, do you think you're going to pay to watch this free show? Free ad-supported streaming service. So it's not free. It's a normal streaming service. You're hoping people will click on the ads. Yeah. You going to pay to watch this? Is this something you're excited about? There's this millions of voices were crying out, we want a D&D streaming service because there's not enough free D&D content that we can watch on YouTube and Twitch. We need one that's totally dedicated to the, well, okay, you don't really have a lot to show, But I mean, maybe you'll show Acquisitions Incorporated episode. No, wait, you don't have to. You'll show all your live plays, all 5. Oh no, wait, those we can't show. What can we show? Oh, this cartoon that we share the rights to with Disney. Yeah, because we can show that, and we can show a couple scripted live plays and a cooking show and stuff. Excited? Are you excited? Am I making you excited? Do you want to run out and buy this? Do you want to run out and buy the D&D Cookbook Part 2 and make all those recipes that you can find for free on the internet? Is this, yeah, I'm trying. I am really trying to make this sound exciting, and I'm just failing because, I don't know, I should really, not that I condone gambling, ladies and gentlemen. Little boys and little girls who are listening to the sound of my voice, do not run off and do this. But man, I wish I'd put money on my prediction that somebody was going to do a D&D streaming service by the end of 2023, because I called this like a year and a half ago. It was at Site A, so it was before I moved, so at least a year and a half, if not longer, when I said, well, I'm surprised no one's done this yet, unless they have, and I don't know about it. Well, now somebody's doing it. It's Hasbro. It's not Wizards of the Coast, it's Hasbro, and it's through their Entertainment One media company, the one they're trying to sell off. But I guess either A, they've given up on selling it off, or B, they're trying to make it more tempting to potential buyers like Tony Khan by handing extra some stuff. Oh, look what you get now. Here's some extra stuff. Ooh, Matthew Lillard. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? Me, I don't care. I don't really care. But it's news, and I got to talk about the news. So that's the tabletop role-playing game Wizards of the Coast news. Now, let's take a break before we look at this week's controversy, because, yes, we can't have any nice things. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Remember to subscribe to my vlog if you haven't subscribed yet. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. And, of course, support the OGGM by buying his amazing merch. Issue number 13 of Menus on the Mission is sitting on my desk right now for the final go through, and then it'll be up later today or tomorrow. So if you want to pick up one of my 13 amazing episodes of Minions on a Mission, they are currently available at Big Geek Emporium, soon to be available on my Patreon. And that is probably the best way you can support the OGGM, is to make sure you get these first through me, either directly through Big Geek or through my Patreon. I'll talk to you in a minute. Have a great day. I will see you. Till then, let us all say together, oh, spring, where are you? Get off my land, fog. Get off my land.